Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel Grammar Treehouse. Today, we're diving deep into some of the most powerful little words in the English language, conjunctions. You might be thinking, conjunctions? Aren't those just simple words like and but? Well, yes, but they are so much more than that. Mastering conjunctions is the secret key to unlocking fluent, natural, and sophisticated English communication. They are the glue that holds our sentences and ideas together, allowing us to express complex thoughts with clarity and style. So, if you're ready to take your English from good to great, stick around, because we're about to demystify these essential words and show you how to use them like a pro. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a conjunction? Simply put, a conjunction is a word that connects other words, phrases, or clauses. Think of them as bridges. Without them, our sentences would be short, choppy, and disconnected. Imagine saying, I like coffee, I like tea. It's okay, but it's not very elegant. With a conjunction, you can say, I like coffee and tea, which sounds much more natural. Or, I like coffee, but my brother prefers tea. See how that simple word but adds a layer of contrast and complexity? That's the magic of conjunctions. They help us build longer, more meaningful sentences and make our speech and writing flow smoothly. There are a few different types, and we're going to break them all down, starting with the most common ones. First up, we have coordinating conjunctions. These are probably the ones you're most familiar with. There are 7 of them, and an easy way to remember them is with the acronym FANBOYS. That stands for and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. These little guys are used to connect 2 items of equal grammatical rank. That means they can connect 2 words, like pen and paper, 2 phrases, like in the morning or at night, or 2 independent clauses. An independent clause is a fancy term for a complete sentence that can stand on its own. For example, I wanted to go to the beach, but it started to rain. Here, but connects 2 complete ideas. I wanted to go to the beach is a full sentence, and it started to rain is also a full sentence. Let's look at another one. She studied hard, so she passed the exam. The word so shows a result or consequence. Using fanboys correctly is fundamental to clear writing. Just remember, when you use them to connect 2 full sentences, you should almost always put a comma before the conjunction. Now, let's move on to our second category, subordinating conjunctions. This is where things get a bit more interesting. Unlike coordinating conjunctions that connect equal parts, subordinating conjunctions connect a main or independent clause with a subordinate or dependent clause. A dependent clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb, but can't stand on its own as a complete sentence. It depends on the main clause to make sense. Sounds complicated? It's not, I promise. Subordinating conjunctions show relationships like time, cause and effect, or contrast. Common examples include because, since, although, while, if, when, and after. For example, in the sentence, I stayed inside because it was raining is the dependent clause. It tells us the reason why I stayed inside. It can't be a sentence by itself. Here's another one. Although he was tired, he finished his work. The word although introduces a contrast. You can even put the dependent clause at the beginning of the sentence, like in that last example. When you do that, you need to add a comma after it. So, although he was tired, he finished his work. But if you flip it, he finished his work although he was tired, you don't need a comma. Mastering these will make your sentences so much more dynamic. Ready for the third type? Let's talk about correlative conjunctions. These guys are like tag teams. They always work in pairs. You can't have one without the other. They are used to connect 2 balanced clauses, phrases, or words. The 2 elements that correlative conjunctions connect are usually similar in length and grammatical structure. Some of the most common pairs are either or neither, nor, both, and not only, but also. For example, you can have either the chocolate cake or the vanilla ice cream. Notice how either comes before the first choice and or comes before the second. Another one. He is both intelligent and hardworking. This emphasizes that he has both qualities, and a slightly more advanced one. Not only did she write the song, but she also sang it beautifully. This pair is fantastic for adding emphasis and creating a more sophisticated sentence structure. The key with correlative conjunctions is to make sure the grammar on both sides of the pair is parallel. For instance, if you have a noun after either, you should have a noun after or. Keeping that balance is what makes them work so well. So we've covered the three main types: coordinating, subordinating, and correlative conjunctions. Now, how do we put this all into practice to sound more fluent? The secret is to start small. Don't try to use not only, but also in every sentence. Begin by consciously using and, but, and so to connect your simple sentences. Instead of I woke up, I made coffee, try I woke up and I made coffee. Then, start incorporating subordinating conjunctions. Think about the why, when, and where of your actions. I was late because the traffic was bad. Or, when I got home, I immediately started cooking dinner. This adds detail and context to your communication. Listen to how native speakers connect their ideas. You'll notice they use these words constantly and effortlessly. Pay attention to them in books, movies, and podcasts. The more you expose yourself to them in context, the more naturally you'll start to use them in your own speech and writing. It's all about building that muscle memory. Let's do a quick practice round. I'll give you 2 simple sentences, and you can think about how you might combine them. Ready? First pair. The sun was shining. It was very cold outside. How could you connect these? You could use but or yet to show contrast. The sun was shining, but it was very cold outside. Or you could use although. Although the sun was shining, it was very cold. See? Both work, but they create a slightly different feel. Okay, next pair. You should finish your homework. You can't watch TV. How about these? If works perfectly here to show a condition. If you don't finish your homework, you can't watch TV. Or using until. You can't watch TV until you finish your homework. As you get more comfortable, you'll find that there are often multiple correct ways to connect ideas, and your choice of conjunction will shape the exact meaning and tone of your sentence. This is what we mean by the art of using conjunctions. One final tip for those of you who write a lot in English, whether for school, work, or just for fun. Vary your sentence structure. Don't start every sentence the same way. Conjunctions are your best friend for this. By starting some sentences with a subordinating conjunction like while, after, or since, you instantly make your writing more engaging and less repetitive. Compare these 2 paragraphs. Paragraph 1. I went to the store. I bought some groceries. I came home. I started to make dinner. It's so boring. Now, paragraph 2. After I went to the store, I came home with groceries and immediately started to make dinner. It conveys the exact same information, but it flows so much better and is far more pleasant to read. Using conjunctions effectively is a hallmark of a strong writer. It shows that you can not only form sentences, but also weave them together into a coherent and compelling narrative or argument. So there you have it. A complete guide to understanding and using conjunctions to elevate your English. We've gone from the simple fanboys of coordinating conjunctions to the cause and effect power of subordinating conjunctions and the elegant pairs of correlative conjunctions. Remember, these words are small but mighty. They are the essential tools that allow us to build bridges between our ideas, creating communication that is clear, fluent, and sophisticated. The key is to practice. Start paying attention to them, and consciously try to use them in your daily conversations and writing. You'll be amazed at how quickly your English fluency improves. Thank you so much for watching today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, Subscribe to the channel for more English tips, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Let me know in the comments which conjunction you're going to try to use more this week. See you in the next video. Bye for now.